This season of Love Island has taught women and has been teaching women so much. But I don't think a lot of people are ready for this conversation. I'm gonna break down all the different things as a social worker, as a clinical therapist that studies trauma, attachment, and relationships, what this season should be teaching you specifically. Ladies, lock in. But honestly, men too. I might make a video for men. I might. The first thing is male-centered behavior and seeking external validation because some emotional need was unmet when you were a child and you don't want to acknowledge it. At some point, you were taught as a little girl that love is something that you chase and love is something that is earned as opposed to freely given. And because you were taught that, now you are completely centering men because chances are your dad taught you that. And because of this, now the focus, instead of finding your own self-worth, instead of establishing healthy relationships and friendships, the focus becomes getting a man to pick you, choose you, validate you, love you. And guess what? It actually gets you nowhere. It actually gets you nowhere. All you're doing is abandoning yourself in order to put this man on a pedestal and feed his ego. Because pick-me's at the end of the day want to be picked because if they're picked, then they must be enough. They have what I like to call a worthiness wound. They don't think they're worthy. They don't think they're good enough. And the only person that can fix that is a man. And so they abandon themselves and they disrespect other women in the process. So ladies, if anything, please learn that pick-me behavior is a sign that you need some inner work. You need to heal that part of you that needed that validation and attention from a man in the first place. Lesson number 2, a lot of women are not ready for healthy love. I see a lot of think pieces and people having these strong opinions about these women going back to these horrendous men. Meanwhile, I know damn well most women have done this and may continue to do this even after watching the show. And the point of this is not to shame women. The point of this is to shed light on certain dating patterns that need to be addressed, or people will continue to find themselves in relationships that keep them drained, depleted, and wounded. Like, I know many of you are tired of seeing Melanie go back to Sincere even after having a guy treat her like a queen. But let's be honest, a lot of you have done that. I know a lot of you are frustrated that these women are just deeply attached to these men. I know a lot of you are really pissed at Anaya for not picking Carl, the obvious choice, and going back to KC, the one that literally makes her feel like she's not good enough. But how many of you guys have also done that? I think sometimes we treat these people like they're characters, like they're not real people, but also we refuse to hold ourselves accountable for mimicking the exact same dating patterns we're seeing in real time with these women. Because if you do not go to therapy and heal the part of you that needed a partner like that in the first place, that attaches to a partner like that in the first place, you will continue to gravitate towards what's familiar instead of what's healthy. These women are no exception to the rule. They're not. And for entertainment purposes, I understand being pissed and being angry for these women because we want better for these women. But do you know what that reminds me of? It's like when you want better for your friends, when you're hyping up your friends or giving your friends advice about a boy, but the minute you're in the hot seat, the minute you're in that same exact situation, rules don't apply. I think what would be more productive, instead of judging these women for going back to toxic, going back to familiar, going back to comfortable, is reflecting on the parts of ourselves that have done the exact same thing. And using this social experiment, truly a social experiment, to reflect on ways we can be better and not mimic those same behaviors ever again. Like, what do we need to do to no longer be an Anaya, to no longer be a Melanie, to no longer be a Kata? I mean, I love all of those women down, but we have been there to some extent. Because I know at the end of the day, we just want to protect these women, just like we would our own girls. But it also gets to a point where that external protection needs to eventually lead to internal reflection. Lesson number three is for my fellow Black women. This is going to be the hardest part. My Black sisters, go where you are loved. Go where you are loved. Go where you are loved. I don't even need to speak on that too much. You know exactly what I'm talking about.